only be helpful for you, but this might be something that you would like to be able to share with other individuals that have CRPS to help them understand how the device could work. Or, you know, I get that you had some reservations at first because you've experienced some vibration devices that often trigger your CRPS.
Yes.
So tell me what your experience was. You've only had it a couple of days.
Yes, I've only had 2 days, and I watched one of the videos you showed me, so I knew to take these off because the area of CRPS for me right now that's kind of left is in my abdomen. So I used it and I got a pain drop, and it stayed down for 3 hours. It went from a 5 to a 4. And I was just shocked because this has been a very stubborn area and it takes a lot to get any pain drops. And they usually last like 15 minutes to like an hour and a half. So this was huge.
Nice. Hey, that's wonderful. Well, let's see if we can dial it in to be able to provide even more benefit. But if you don't mind, so that I can back up a little bit so I understand what you've gone through. Tell me a little bit about what what your experience with CRPS has been, and where did it start, and help me understand from there to here.
Yeah, so I've had CRPS since I was 11 years old. So I've had it for 19 years.
Oh, wow.
It started in my ankle, my right ankle, and since then, for other injuries, it spread. And by the time I got to the SPERO clinic, it was pretty much full body. So, I mean, I've had it.
When did you go there?
So I've been here 24 weeks. So in November. I also came in with gastroparesis, brain injury, PTSD, and the Epstein-Barr virus.
Gotcha. You were basically a wreck.
I was a wreck. Complete wreck. I was lifeless. I was just a shell of a person, really. So it's been an incredible journey,
I can only imagine. So you're still going through treatment at the SPERO clinic?
Yep.
And I want to pick your brain a little bit because I'd love to know what the experience has been. I've watched tons of videos trying to understand, what they do there, and how it's very amazing for an awful lot of people. You can't help everybody, I know that, but that's quite a team they have there.
Oh, it's an incredible team. I mean, they're just the most amazing people who have been handpicked by Dr. Katinka, and just an amazing team of people. The therapies, I have such a hard time explaining them, but I think the biggest ones for me that have been the most helpful has been NMR, which is pretty much, physical therapy, but you have the electrodes attached to you, vagus nerve, and then also the use of the microcurrent machine have been just, incredibly beneficial. I've had a lot of ups and downs that has a lot to do with the Epstein-Barr virus, but I had some retracing happened with CRPS and different things, which has made my journey a little bit longer. But I'm sitting here, my highest level of pain right now is a 4.5. Everywhere else is like a 2. When I walked into the clinic, I was at 9s and 10s. So I'm just on cloud 9.
My goodness.
Yeah.
So it is very important that that when you use the device, we don't push you too fast. Because I want you doing exactly how you have been doing. You've become a friend to it already, or it's become a friend to you.
Yes.
And that's exactly what will help you continue your progression. I need your brain and your central nervous system to recognize this as a friend.
Okay.
So so let's talk a little bit about how long is your stay going to be there at the SPERO clinic?
I'd say anywhere from 4 to 6 weeks is kind of the timeline they're giving me right now. I've just kind of had a relapse of the Epstein-Barr virus, so that's kind of hindering my progress a bit. So, but yeah, I'm really hopeful that it'll be more like 4 weeks. So,
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So how sensitive are you at the feet anymore, or at the hands, or anywhere else?
I'm really good. It's mainly deep pressure along the abdomen that is a little bit difficult. Everywhere else, touch is
Pretty good.
Totally doable. Yeah.
And the coloring is good. The temperatures are good.
Yep. For about 3 to 4 weeks, that's all been really good.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. Well, I'd like to help you progress that, and don't in any way want to fire it up. So let's see what we can do with that.
Okay.
When you used it the last 2 nights, you used it just on the entry level or the lowest level, right?
I did. Yep.
And what techniques did you try?
Honestly, I just laid it here. I'll kind of pop up just under my shirt right here. And that's literally all I did.
Did you hold on to it with your fingers like that, or how did you hold it?
Kind of, I think probably maybe like this. And then I did the humming, or to my best. I didn't completely understand that, but I did try it. So
would you like to understand that?
I would.
So one of the really neat things that we've come to understand about the vagus nerve is that if the trigeminal nerve, which is the nerve that fires all these areas here, if it is really fired up, then the vagus nerve cannot function very well.
Okay.
So a lot of the therapies geared to improve functioning of the vagus nerve are designed to calm and relax the central nervous system, right? Even the microcurrent, and some of those are just designed to be below threshold and get the nervous system to start calming itself down.
Yeah.
And with Epstein-Barr and with everything else you've had going on, your brain has felt so attacked that it hasn't felt like it's had energy. It hasn't felt like it's had strength, and there's just no armies coming to help fight the battle, are they?
No.
So
it's felt helpless.
So one of the things that kind of predominates when that happens is your jaw tends to tighten up really tight, and that clenching response is a big part of the tightening in the back of the neck and all the pressure, keeping that vagus nerve from functioning very well.
That's so interesting you say that, because my husband will always tell me that I clench when my pain's up higher and stuff.
Yeah. So most of our treatments are geared towards getting that clenching to stop and getting the jaw to release, which takes a load of pressure off the vagus system.
Wow,
so if you put your tongue in between your teeth, your brain gets a message saying, whoa, Bria, don't bite down, don't bite down, don't bite down, because your brain does not want you losing the tip of your tongue.
Crazy. Wow.
Because of that, it's an inhibition to the clenching response. And the primary driver of the clenching response is that trigeminal system. So when you have a lot of stress, we clench more. And so biting down gently on the tongue helps to stop that clenching response. And then humming, the vocal cords are a direct branch of the vagus nerve. So there's a couple of things that happen when you hum. You slow down your breathing, which gives your brain an input that says, hey, we're going into relaxation mode.
Okay.
And then humming also tells your brain how to synchronize better with the waves of the device. So one of the reasons, hello girl, this is my beautiful wife here.
Oh, hello.
And she is taking over the controls of my computer for a second.
I just need to print that so I can get it in post.
Oh, gotcha. hang on just 1 second. She wants to.
It's all good.
Oh, this one here, you mean?
No.
Oh, another one?
That one.
Oh, goodness. Pardon me 1 second.
No problem. Take your time.
You probably noticed we really love to send these orders out the same day that they come in.
Yeah, it came so quick. It was wonderful.
Well, we're the ones that send that, and it's very important for us to try and do that. So she's wanting to send out a package. There's a problem with this address, so you better hold off and let me contact them.
Where is the address? Oh, right
It's
there.
Greenbush, Connecticut,
Court,
or
probably.
Court probably. But yeah, let me find that out first before we send it.
My guess is.
I'll find that out. Okay, back to Bria. So, so as you slow down the breathing and the humming itself improves the tone of the vagus nerve. Everything you're doing at the clinic there is designed to either strengthen the body and improve function of the vagus nerve, or calm down the body and improve the function of the vagus nerve. So humming along with that device just teaches your brain how to go into these calm down mechanisms that get it synced up, and it works quite effectively for most people. Now,
Okay.
it is not like most vibration devices. In fact, I don't know of any vibration device like it. And
Yeah.
many of those other devices are irritating to the central nervous system.
Mhm.
They use a kind of mechanism that isn't, well, it's kind of more like a miniature jackhammer than a spinning mechanism like we put into ours that creates this balance that's much like your body's already used to those rhythms of cells in motion and planets in orbit. I mean, it's a very natural mechanism that we created.
It seems like it. It's so crazy how it really didn't affect me. And like, I'm the person who wakes up in the middle of the night from my pain going up because a train's gone by. Like, I was very, very sensitive. And of course that was like a month ago, but still, this is just very fascinating to me.
This has got to be so neat for the first time in almost 20 years that you're feeling some semblance of normalcy come back.
Yes. I feel like I've been dropped in a new body.
Oh, that's so good. So let's talk about how to progress this so that you don't overdo it.
Yes.
And what are the signs that you might be overdoing it? When you turned it on, did you just turn it on the lowest level?
Of vibration, yes.
Yeah. I think that's perfect for probably the first week. Don't ever exceed that probably.
Okay.
There's all kinds of powerful stuff in this, but we don't want you to progress until your nervous system really feels comfortable with the energy that it's producing.
Okay, sounds good.
If you ever try a technique or a spot to use it and it's too strong, just take a towel. Like if you wanted to try it on your forehead, take a towel and just, fold it over a time or two so that it's really dampening the energy the first few times.
That's
or
a
you
great
can
idea.
use a stocking cap if it's not too hot out.
Okay.
So padding can really help with that as well. You need to be the careful judge of when you can progress, because I can't tell you when to progress, but you will feel it and you will sense it.
Okay.
And if you ever feel like, oh, that's just a little bit too much, immediately back off, because your senses are going to talk to you and they're going to be right. I wouldn't try and progress you faster than your nervous system says it's ready.
All right, that sounds good.
So a couple of other things that are thoughts that I'm having. You've already started to have some great success just at the tummy area. I want you to focus just on that area because that's the farthest reaches of the vagus nerve anyway. It goes
Okay.
down into that middle section and goes to all your important organs and sensory areas there. But you will notice, I don't know if you've seen, there's a video that we did on gastroparesis.
Mm-hmm. I haven't watched it, but I saw it listed.
So you would probably find great benefit by trying some of that technique, but only at the very, very lowest base level of the device.
Okay.
That'll be very important that you don't spend too long doing it. How long were the first 2 sessions you did?
I did about 2 minutes.
Okay. And that's probably, I'm very happy that you did that because I don't want you to, you know, feel like, oh man, that was good. Let's go for an hour. Don't do
Right.
that. Don't do it too
That was
quick.
going to be my question, is how long can I leave it on? Yeah.
So what I suggest for our people that are very sensitive, and CRPS is the most sensitive of sensitive, do it for a couple of minutes, wait and watch and see how you do.
Okay.
I wouldn't do it again until at least 4 to 6 hours had passed. And then I might try it again if it only, you know, helped me improve symptoms, didn't make them worse. If it made them temporarily worse, I would probably hold off and wait until it calmed back down to its prior level. And then the next time I use it, I would try and dampen it more, or I would try and, you know, use it on a lower setting. Does that make sense for how you might progress and be
Absolutely.
very
Yes.
judicious in how you progress?
Yes. So you're saying stay on, I know there's different settings, but stay on just the first one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just the base level on switch is, that's actually the device is spinning at about 22 cycles per second. Oh, that's a gorgeous dog back there.
Oh, thank you.
So about 22 cycles per second or 44 hertz. It actually is very beautiful harmonic range. Many of our doctors use that level primarily in a lot of their treatments.
Wow.
So the device has a lot of other features and power, but when you're very sensitive, we don't take you fast into those.
Okay.
So we'll try that for about a week of kind of calibrating your nervous system.
Okay.
And then you can slowly start experimenting with taking it to, you know, 4 minutes or 5 minutes and seeing what the response is. But you'll still do that. You'll still wait. We may take a month or more to calibrate your nervous system to where it will accept it and allow you to put it on your feet, put it on your hands, put it, you know, in other places that are very sensitive, the back of the neck.
Yeah.
I can't wait until we can get it up here around the mouth and the face, but I want you to hold off for at least a week or more, 10 days or more, before we even try some of those.
All right. Okay. That sounds good.
You feel like you have a good understanding?
I really do. Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to have more questions when it comes to like head stuff, just for brain injury. I'm having a lot of symptoms. I'm so curious to see if that will help that, but that can be down the road.
And yes, we will get to that. But the most important thing that you could do right now for your head injury is to get the central nervous system understanding how to calm down. And you're doing a wonderful job of that.
Thank you.
The fact that you're feeling so much better means that your central nervous system has already learned how to come down off of that fear mode that it was living on.
Yeah.
And as your energy levels start to rise, your brain will start to heal faster.
Awesome.
So a month down the road, when you're feeling even better, then we'll start to teach you how to ramp up the connection, the connection creation inside of the brain. And that will be wonderful, but I don't want you to push that any too fast.
Okay. All right. Good. I'm glad I asked the question. That's good advice.
Thank you. Do you have any other questions for me?
I don't think currently, no, just thank you so much for meeting with me. That means a lot.
If you would like, I'm happy to touch bases with you again before you start progressing faster, or you understand the concepts of progression now. Why don't you just play with it a little bit and then send me a note and say, okay, I'm ready for round 2 when you're ready to progress a little bit more, okay?
All right, that sounds really good.
Okay,
Thank
you
you
have
so
a great
much.
day. Thank you.
You
I'll send
too.
you a
Talk
link
to you
to
later.
this visit, and you need to you'll need to let me know if you'd like to make it public.
Okay, all right. You can make it public if you'd like.
I will, because I think other people would love this information.
Okay.
And you're doing a great job of making those improvements.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
All right, we'll talk to you later.
Okay.